Hi, everyone. I wanted to end the daily insights this week with some phenomenal news which has come out, which is that Hong Kong is ending the quarantine regulations. The news so far through the SCMP has been that Hong Kong will end its mandatory hotel quarantine for any arrivals that are coming in starting from next Monday, September the 26th. The only thing that they will have to do, so the regulations are basically saying it's 0+3, meaning 0 days of hotel quarantine and 3 days of basically monitoring yourself when you arrive in Hong Kong. This is just absolutely phenomenal news, something that nobody was expecting to happen so soon. We were sort of all waiting to see what China was going to do and how this was going to develop. But for this to arrive on our plates today, it's like it feels like Christmas, knowing that things are moving in the right direction. So basically, what does this mean? It basically means that there's been this lift of quarantining, which is fantastic. It means that people can make a decision whether they want to undergo their 3 days of self-monitoring either in their homes or at a hotel that they book for their stay. So this ultimately means also that all hotels will be open. There's no more the distinction of quarantine hotels versus non-quarantine hotels. When you arrive in Hong Kong, you will be given an amber health code upon arrival, which will bar you from entering restaurants and bars for the period of those 3 days. But ultimately, you can use public transportation to go around. In addition to all of this, considering that in December, I did 21 days of quarantine and probably 21 PCR tests within a 30-day period, travelers will only need to provide a negative RAT test, so rapid antigen test, and declare the results through a digital app 24 hours prior to boarding their flight. Basically, PCR tests would no longer be required. In addition to that, a lot of good news going on. Unvaccinated Hong Kong residents will be allowed to return to the city. However, they can only obtain a vaccine pass if they are fully inoculated. So there will be restrictions moving around in Hong Kong because you do have to show, vaccination reports if you go into bars and restaurants and things like that. What else is there to say? Well, in addition to that, the administration is also going to lift the quota for the return to Hong Kong scheme. A certain number of local residents can return from mainland China and Macau without quarantining. This is going to be completely lifted, meaning there will hopefully be free access for people from mainland China or Macau just to freely enter China. And obviously, I'm always a little bit on my toes. I think people should still be watching what is happening on a day-to-day basis. Definitely check out the regulations. But this is an absolutely phenomenal outcome today. Everybody is excited. Lucky those travelers that are arriving on Monday next week. It's absolutely phenomenal news. So it does look like Hong Kong is opening up. Finally, the next step is waiting to see what is going to happen with China. And all we can do is cross our fingers that in the next 4 weeks or so, we will have more information on that. I want to wish everybody a fantastic weekend. I know I'm going to have a little bit of a celebration hearing this news now, and see you next week. Take care and goodbye.